What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for stopping in. Today we have a brand new release to check out coming into us from Real Steel. We have to give a big shout out to them for sending this in. And this is one I had to rip right out of the mailer. I haven't been this excited in quite a while to check out a knife, and we'll get to why here in a moment. But this is the brand new release for Real Steel, and it is called the Hoeft. I will have it linked down below. Hoeft. It is an Austin Fox design, you can see there, and I'm really excited about this one. We have a beautiful two-tone drop point blade there coming in S35 VN. We have this hand satin here on the flats, and then on the primary and this swedge here, we have their PVD coating, blacked out thumb studs, and a nice enlarged sharpening choil there. We have titanium for our bolsters and our framework, and then the fat carbon fiber here. I believe that's Mars Valley, and they have a couple different carbon fibers and micartas that are going to be in varying price points. And then we are looking at a titanium backspacer here, as well as a titanium lower mounted clip. And I believe that is going to be right hand carry only. And that is probably the only initial knock I have for this knife. It is a beautiful looking knife. Now, to get to the main star of the show, that's going to be this locking mechanism. Now, as far as I know, they don't have a name for this yet. And from what I gather, it's similar to a button plunge lock, but with the strength, they're saying, of a frame lock. Now, what does that mean? I don't know exactly. I do believe this is going to be much stronger than a plunge lock is going to be. You have this massive piece of steel here, and it looks like it's on a double plunge system there. So you got a plunge up top and down at the bottom, and then we have a massive stop pin in there as well. See if we can get a light on that. So a very interesting locking mechanism. I'm really excited to see what this thing is about, see if it's going to hold up, and I have to believe that Real Steel putting it out here, it is going to be a durable lock. XMK Hoeft. I wonder what that means. I'm not 100% sure what that exactly means for Austin Fox, but very cool. I like the design. I like the name. Now, this isn't a huge knife. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger for some reason. I'm not much for looking at specs before I get the knife, but we are looking at 7 5/8 for the entire knife, 3 inches of cutting edge, 3 1/4 of total blade. So if we put this up here against the likes of the Para 3 and the Drop Bear, you're going to see it's a little bit larger than both of those. Now we have the Vostede Raccoon and the Kaiser Militao, the full-size version, and it's going to be a little smaller than the Militao, but I would say it's almost directly in line with the Raccoon, maybe a smidge bigger. As far as what this thing will look like in the pocket here, we'll get our Mad Yako Hank out here. Very fitting. And exactly what we thought it would be. It is a lower mounted clip, so you'll have just a little bit poking out there of the pocket. But I enjoy that because that gives you a nice amount of surface area to grab a hold of and pull this thing out of the pocket. Yeah. This thing is awesome. It's not real heavy. As far as the action is concerned, it is amazing. I don't know, I wish I did, if there's a detent system in there or how that is all working internally. We're going to have to do a separate video on this thing and maybe tear this thing apart so we can really get an idea. I know there's probably nothing out there on this knife just yet. So we don't have anywhere else to look but ourselves for this one. So as far as the weight goes, it doesn't feel real heavy. I mean, it feels good in the hand, but it don't feel too heavy. I'm going to say 3.7. 3.9. Okay. I was going to say 4, but that felt a little heavy. So it's right in line. It's ratio people won't be too happy, but I'm not real keen on ratios. It's not something I've ever been worried about. You know how many awesome knives you would miss out on if that's what you truly worried about? I mean, whether you would miss out on awesome utilitarian designs like the PM2 if you're worried about ratios. I mean, all kinds of great designs. I've never understood that. Coming from Real Steel, we're going to get a slicing machine right out of the box. They do an awesome job. Their quality control is very, very good. I have checked out dozens of Real Steel knives, and not a single one to date has failed a lock test or come with a poor edge. Now, we've had a couple here and there out of dozens and dozens that just came sharp. You know, it wasn't anything to write home about, but more often than not, they are straight laser beams. Now, I want to try to do this before my calipers really die, but we do have a crown spine here. Just want to get a rough idea. We're looking at like 120 there for our blade stock, and we'll just pick a random spot here. There's nothing saying these calipers are on point or anything like that. We're just trying to get a rough idea. Down there towards the sharpening choil, we're looking at like 18, you know, roughly. So we could say between 15 and 20 thousandths. I don't know how accurate these are. I know they're close, but when you're dealing with that, it's hard to say. But you guys will have to let me know. Is this new locking system intriguing to you? I do like the oversized button that we have, and I like the new locking mechanism. I have always been pretty obsessed with locking mechanisms and trying out different ones. That was one thing I set out to do when I started collecting knives, was trying out all the different locks, because I feel like that's what is one of the many things that makes a knife, you know, very fun nowadays. And with this, if we can get a very rigid lock and a very durable lock, you have that fun fidgetiness that the button provides you, similarly to a button compression lock and some of the pivot-based button locks that we have. They've seemingly been pretty durable. So let's see what this thing is working with. There is a little bit of play there, up and down. There's none side to side, but I don't think the play up and down is a real worry. That is pretty typical of crossbar locks and plunge style locks. So let's just see. I'm hoping I don't eat my words. That is crowned, and we have a double row of jimping there. I don't think they're going to let us down. Very, very good. I think Real Steel is one of them companies that they're checking this type of stuff. Not every company was checking it, and I think more and more companies are checking it now. Very good. I'm not going to beat the hell out of it right now. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. It is not failing, and it is holding up. But I do want to put this thing through some more testing and see what this lock is made of. It's perfectly centered up there. This thing is awesome. They are going to be, at least in this particular version here, a little bit more on the premium end. Now, I do have a coupon code down in the description, and if you use any of the links down there in the description, that does help what I do here on the channel. So if you want to support me in that way, you can, but that is entirely up to you. Now, there is a 5% coupon code down there for Real Steel, and I believe that works on the entire site. But the Mars Valley fat carbon fiber here, this one's going to be a little bit more. Now, they do have a little bit more basic carbon fiber that is even less, and then they have micarta versions for even less than that. So they do have quite a few different options available right now. They also have an awesome catalog that just dropped of probably close to 10 knives, folders, and fixed blades that look fantastic in a bunch of good materials. Like I said, I'll link their website down below. Head over there and just check out all the new knives that they have coming in and some of the deals that they have going on. Let me know what you think of the new Real Steel Hoeft and what you think of the new locking mechanism. I'm really interested in this and tearing this thing apart, so keep your eyes out for that video. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push the video to more people. If you're new here, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you're subscribed and you ring the bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. I'll put a couple of new videos up on your screen. Go check out the one you haven't seen yet. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.